Ready to take your favorite WagerTalk handicappers wherever you travel this football season? The WagerTalk TV app is now live for phones, tablets, smart TVs, and streaming platforms. Tune into your favorite shows like WagerTalk Today, Bet on It, and the Opening Line Report, plus browse through our extensive library of sports betting tips. Create your personal playlist of betting tip videos to help you prepare for the upcoming season, and set notifications to alert you when new content is added. Download the app for Apple, Android, Amazon, and Roku devices by searching for WagerTalk TV, or scan the QR code on your screen to join the winning conversation today.
Welcome into First Pitch for Friday, September 2nd. I am Drew Martin, joined by Dave Koken and Brian Power of WagerTalk.com. We're talking 3 games on the slate. We got best bets at the end, talking the Marlins and Braves, Yankees and Rays before the Phillies and Giants. And then again, at the end, best bets. Dave, coming to you first, a good one here in the ATL. We get the Fish and the Braves. Alcantara on the hill for the Marlins, catching plus 160. Big price tag here on the Braves, going up against one of the better pitchers in Major League Baseball, minus 175. Charlie Morton versus Alcantara in the ATL. You liking anything here, Dave?
No, because the odds makers did what they were supposed to do. They made a high price for the game, but they made it a lot lower if you just want to bet the what amounts to the Alcantara option, which would be the first 5, even though he goes more than that. But I think it's only plus 130 on the first 5. That's a huge difference in the full game money line. And the problem with the full game is if Alcantara doesn't go 9, then you've got to contend with the Marlins bullpen, which isn't very good. And, you know, it's not like Charlie Morton's been a stiff lately for Atlanta either. The Braves are the much better baseball team. So, yeah, I priced the game. I made my full game line 35, about 155. So not a great deal of value there. And the first 5, you know, I've got Alcantara as the better pitcher, but clearly the Braves with more firepower. So even against a great pitcher like Alcantara, it's not like you can make the Braves an underdog. I just don't see any value in it. I mean, if you want to guess, give me Alcantara first 5, but I'm not backing it up with any money.
I got you. Fair enough, Dave. Brian, coming to you next. You know, the Braves, important game here. 3 games back with 30 games to go of the Mets in the East. Not so important here for the Marlins, but they do have Alcantara on the hill. Just 1 earned run in 17 innings pitched against the Braves. So I don't know. Is this plus price kind of tickling your fancy here on the Fish, Brian?
You know, it is. I'm going to go with the more gutless option, though, and say just give me Miami plus 1.5 on the run line. Lay the price for that. Look, I agree with what Dave said. The Marlins obviously are the inferior ball club in the matchup, but not only has Alcantara posted a 2.13 ERA and a .98 whip this year, team 16-10 in his 26 starts, and that includes 2-0 versus Atlanta. You mentioned the stats earlier that he's only allowed just a handful of runs and 17 innings pitched, bunch of strikeouts there. In Atlanta, they've only scored 3 runs or less in 4 consecutive ball games. So, you know, not the time they want to be running up against a pitcher like this. I did have them last night, minus the 1.5, ironically enough, but that was with amazing rookie phenom Spencer Strider on the mound. And I don't think they're getting 16 strikeouts out of Charlie Morton, obviously, tonight. So it's going to be a low-scoring ball game. Give me the 1.5 in my back pocket, I think. And here's the thing. 3 of Miami's last 6 losses this year by 1 run. And they have a MLB high 29 of those this year. So we're protected from that in case if, all right, he gets pulled and the bullpen screws up. Yeah, I like the run line.
Sure, and you get the 8 at-bats to 9 at-bats here with the Braves being the favored team at home. So look forward to the run line maybe with the Fish. Good stuff, Brian. We got next game up here in the AL East, 7:10 Eastern start. The Yankees heading down to the state of Florida to Yankee Stadium of the South here in Tropicana. We get Springs, the lefty for the Rays, about a minus 125 to minus 130 price tag. Checking out the WagerTalk odds screen here, Brian. We get Herman going for the Yanks. Total of 7. Are you liking anything in the Trop tonight?
Yeah, actually, this is my favorite play that we're going to talk about today. I know people are going to be writing off the Yankees. They've lost 4 or 5. With those games coming against the A's and Angels, certainly not the finest that the AL West has to offer. But even with the division lead now down to 6 games over the Rays team they're facing here, I'm keeping the faith with the Yankees for 2 reasons. One, as you mentioned, Herman is on the mound tonight, 1.93 ERA, 0.69 whip his last 3 starts. Very undeserved, no decision his last time out. Went 7 2/3, did not give up a run, only 3 hits. Meanwhile, Springs, the starter tonight for the Rays, he gave up 5 runs in his last start. So I think it's an edge on the mound for the Yankees. And here's something important to note. No team in all of baseball has underperformed its expected win total more than the Yankees have this year. Based on their run differential, plus 195, that's tops in the American League, you'd expect them to have 88 wins. Instead, they only have 79. Again, I know it's been a dicey run, but I think they're undervalued in this spot. It's just the 12th time all season they come in as underdogs on the money line. So I always like these short division underdogs too. So give me the Yanks here.
Okay. And Dave, you liking anything in the drop tonight?
Yeah, look, the odds makers and the market has caught up with the Yankees to the point now where you're actually, even though they're not playing good baseball, I mean, from a value perspective, where would this line have been a month ago? The Yankees clearly would have been the favorite at Tampa Bay. So the adjustment in the line is dramatic. You wonder if Springs might be running out of gas a little bit. His innings starting to pile up. He's never thrown like this many before. And Brian mentioned how well Herman is pitching. He's actually living up to the original hype that was surrounding him a few years ago. He's been sidetracked by injuries and couldn't put it together. But, I mean, this guy's throwing the ball well. His command has been outstanding. I don't think I can make the bet on the Yankees because I got to see a little more of a buy sign out of the team, which we're just not seeing right now. But from a price perspective, that's the only side I can play here. I mean, you still have to factor value into your daily analysis, and the value here is on the Yankees side.
Guys, we got 1 game left. Please smash the like button if you're liking the content, and feel free to reply below. If you got any questions, we'll answer them next week on the show. Let us know what you're betting too. Tonight, this weekend, college football, Major League Baseball, whatever sport you're going off after, all is welcome here as we head out west for our last game on the card, the nightcap for the show. Phillies and Giants. Gibson versus Cobb here, Dave. Minus 115. That's what we're seeing at most books right now. That's the Giants at home. 7.5 or 8 as the total. Kind of depends where you're shopping. Dave, you liking anything in San Francisco tonight?
Yeah, I guess I do. Look, no knock on Alex Cobb. He's a solid guy. In fact, I'd give a slight starting pitching edge to Cobb over Gibson. But everything else to me points to the Phillies. They've got a good offense. The offense certainly woke up in the last game after slumbering for a few days. I mean, I won't even count the 7 runs they got against Bumgarner because that guy's throwing batting practice right now. But they did snap out of it on Wednesday. They got yesterday to kind of relax a little bit. And the Giants are playing really bad baseball. If you watch the series against the Padres, yeah, they were close games. But the Giants buried themselves with just poor fundamental play. They had 4 errors in 1 game. They're looking very much like a team that was a serious contender last year, made the playoffs, won over 100 games, and this year, everything that went right last year has gone wrong this year. They've had a ton of injuries. They haven't played good baseball, and they look like an unfocused bunch right now. When I see teams making as many errors, and that doesn't even count the mental errors they've been making, that's not a team I want to be on. So with the pitching matchup close to even, I give the other edges to the Giants, and I like Philadelphia, to beat San Francisco tonight. Phillies will be my best bet here on the show, and that's the side I like.
Okay. And Brian, you liking anything here? West Coast action?
Yeah. Dave makes some great points. You know, when you talk about the Giants' awful fielding, few have been more victimized by that than Alex Cobb. He's really should have a much better record than what he has. He does have a 2.04 ERA his last 3 starts. He's allowed 3 runs or less, 8 of his last 9, including 6 in a row. He is the better pitcher in this matchup. I agree with what Dave said. Now, you talk about how bad the Giants have been. We're talking 7 straight losses, outscored by 3.3 runs per game in the process. Obviously not good. But I'm looking at this, and no, I know no one wants to bet on a team that's lost 7 in a row. So why don't we just go with Cobb in the first 5 innings on this? The Phillies, sure, they may look appealing coming off that 18-2 win they had Wednesday, but keep in mind before that, they lost 3 in a row themselves. Outscored 30-10 in those 3 games. So, yeah, how about the Giants? I don't have a lot of faith in the bullpen, but after 5 innings, they'll be up.
Okay, good stuff from Brian Power and Dave Koken here. Dave, I know you already gave out your best bet for the show, but do want to give you a chance for any final thoughts here, guys. And also check out Dave Koken, college football #1 last year, #1 lifetime here. He's got his best bet up and available for this weekend. But Dave, take it away.
Yeah, focus is football right now. Good start. Got a little lucky last night on one game, but I'll take that. So off to an unbeaten start on the season. And I've got 4 games still pending, 1 tonight, I think 2 tomorrow, and then 1 on Monday, which I've talked about ad nauseum, so I'm not going to mention that Clemson game anymore. Go get the games. I feel good about where I am heading into the season. The results so far look impressive, so we'll see if we can keep it going. And the best bet again for the show here, I would agree with Brian in the first 5, by the way. I do give an edge to Cobb, but full game, I'll count on the Giants to screw things up like they've been doing lately, and I'll go with the Phillies for the best bet.
I'll follow that up. I'm going with the Fish, the first game we talked about here, plus the 1.5. Best pitcher in baseball, in my opinion, Sandy Alcantara on the hill. And laying -170 here for the Braves going up against him, I think is a little rich. So going to take a shot here on Alcantara, who's pitched 17 innings. His last 17 innings pitched against the Braves. He's only let up 1 earned run. So plus 1.5, -150, the run line on that for the Fish. Brian, throw it over to you. Any best bet here for the show, and anything the listeners need to know about, man? What you got going on over at WagerTalk? I know you're 24-9 overall the last 6 days, seeing it well. 5-0 start in college football. So what do you got going at WagerTalk, and where are you going for best bets, man?
Yeah, make the Yankees my best bet. We'll put that there. And then, I'm the new guy around here. We'll just call it beginner's luck here. Been red hot the last 6 days. 5-0 start in college football, like you mentioned. Had West Virginia last night. Turned on the TV. They threw that pick 6. I said, why do I ever turn on the TV during this stuff? But they held on with thanks to the hook. And then, we had Central Michigan over the team total last night. They obliterated that. I think the total was 17.5. They scored 44 points. It always feels good to win like that. And like Dave said, the focus is football right now. Going to have a big college football card for tomorrow. Already have a 5% play up. Really love this one. I'll have a 4% play up as well, my top total of the week. And there is more to come. Full soccer slate, if you're into that. I know the topic of discussion here is Major League Baseball, but I do have a full soccer slate for Saturday morning before college football really gets rolling. And I really invite people to give it a try. Head on over to WagerTalk. Check me out, Brian Power.
Hey, Drew, you said something
go ahead,
that
Dave.
I have to. I like Sandy Alcantara as much as you do, but he's not the best pitcher in baseball. Okay, that's DeGrom.
Really? DeGrom.
DeGrom is at another level completely. Calling the second best pitcher in baseball, I'm not going to argue with that, but DeGrom, he is incredible right now. I hope he stays healthy because that'll be fun to watch come playoff time.
Oh, it will. No doubt about it, Dave. And I think I let a little homerism with my my Miami Marlins here come out. So I stand corrected. I'll give you that. It's DeGrom #1. I'd put Alcantara #2, but hey, maybe in the future. Good stuff.
No, I think we got right at #2. In fact, he's probably #1 among the human race. Alcantara would be #1. I'm pretty sure DeGrom comes from Venus or something.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's going to be fun to see him pitch in the playoffs for sure. We got best bet recap here. Fish plus 1.5 for me, -150 on that. Yankees plus 115 for Brian Power and Dave Koken. Phillies plus 105. So check out Dave Koken, Brian Power, WagerTalk.com. I am Drew Martin as well. We got college football. We got baseball up for this weekend. Like Brian said, some soccer as well. So a lot of free plays up and available at the website. And of course, the live odds, the best free live odds in the industry. Check it out, WagerTalk.com. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Please smash that like button. Best of luck with your bets. Have a fun, safe weekend. We'll talk on Monday.
Ready to take your favorite WagerTalk handicappers wherever you travel this football season? The WagerTalk TV app is now live for phones, tablets, smart TVs, and streaming platforms. Tune into your favorite shows like WagerTalk Today, Bet on It, and the Opening Line Report, plus browse through our extensive library of sports betting tips. Create your personal playlist of betting tip videos to help you prepare for the upcoming season, and set notifications to alert you when new content is added. Download the app for Apple, Android, Amazon, and Roku devices by searching for WagerTalk TV, or scan the QR code on your screen to join the winning conversation today.